Hi there, Internet people. My name is Matthew Neighbors, and this movie review here is going to be for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. This movie here is deeply special and is dedicated to my late father. He passed away a few weeks before the movie came out. He was the biggest Star Wars fan in our family, and when I went to go see it, me and my brother watched together, and it wasn't the same. So this review goes out to him. I love you, Dad, and I miss you. There are going to be spoilers in this review, so if you haven't seen it yet, stop the video and come back when you have. So to start off with character development, being the third movie in the franchise, they tend to go a little bit more, definitely more into the backstory of Rey and who she is. So finding out that she is the granddaughter of Palpatine, they hinted at that at the very beginning. I really should have saw it coming. My brother did. As soon as Palpatine said the first line of how he knew Rey and everything, he figured it out. I was thinking something completely different. Really should have saw it when Rey started doing lightning from her fingers. That should have gave it away there. But overall, they did a good job going into that detail of it, and a little, but not too much more in the other characters, like Finn and Poe and what's his face, Ben. They did a little bit, but not really. They kept it very vague. So being from what they did put in to the rest of it and everything, they could have done better with the side characters, but they did a little bit and just enough to get by, which was decent, but could have been better. But overall, character development, I'm giving a 1.5. The next category, which is story arc, is one of the better categories of the movie. Movie starts off in the forest, Rey's race training and everything, trying to become one with the Force, trying to hear the call of all the past Jedi and everything. And there's a lot of different stories in the movie, but they blend it together and speed it up to the point where, okay, we understand what's going on here. This is happening now. We've figured out this puzzle. We're moving on. It was very detective-y kind of feel. It progressed along in multiple different formats that blended together quite beautifully, I might add. So for story arc, I am going to give it a 2. Between Mardi Gras on that one planet and them finding another little evil thing that the Empire Sith used to hide their ships and whatnot, was very diverse. So story arc is getting a 2. As for next category, which is viewer enjoyment, it really did give a nostalgic feel, but at the same time showing you that it is a new movie, keeping it at that seat, keeping you on that edge of your seat there to understand, hey, we're taking it Star Wars in this new direction, but this is the world. We're expanding more on what you know of the Force, and they really did that, keeping you intrigued with more Star Wars, learning that you can use the Force to heal people by giving them life energy, learning you can use it for breathing like they did in the Last Jedi. Just it So for viewer enjoyment, it is getting a 2 as well. The next category, creativity/authenticity, coming up with the fact Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter was really a curveball, but it was an obvious curveball that we really should have saw coming. And when I say we, I mean I really should have saw it coming right after the trailer dropped, but it just kept being obvious. And then there were certain things that you thought they were going to be doing, like at the end of the Last Jedi when the little kid uses the Force to grab the broom. They start hinting at you don't have to be like related or born into the Force to have a strong connection to it, but then they just throw all that away with Rey being Palpatine's granddaughter, and it was a nice twist, but you can tell that the directors didn't do any kind of communication, because 3 different directors for each movie, and at least I think it's 3 different directors. Don't quote me on that. But between that and them taking a break to do Solo and Rogue One in between each movie, and they forgot what they were doing. But for the most part, they did come up with some creative new stuff and put it in their own direction. So in spite of that, I am going to give it a 2. For our last category, which is real life relatability. Set in this world, there is little to nothing aside of the Force being real and everything that just catches me. Between them trying to find the Palpatine and everything, and then the final fight scene at the end making no sense. They really stretched it out to where you were watching a movie. It was okay, but just one of the most realistic things is at the end when Rey is fighting Palpatine and she calls upon all of the past Jedi, because that is a Force thing that's been established in this universe, and given it was real, it does make sense that she could do that. But other than that, there's nothing that is really suitable. So for real life relatability, I'm only giving it a 1. So in total, out of 10 stars, I'm giving The Rise of Skywalker a 8.5 out of 10. I really did enjoy it. The final scene was a perfect ending. Rey calling out that, what's your last name? Some lady calling out to Rey, what's your last name? Her replying with Skywalker, her building her own lightsaber, turns out to be a yellow lightsaber. Just all things making it her own. That scene was probably one of the best ending scenes to a movie I've seen in quite a while. I really enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Any other movies you want me to review, please let me know. I would be happy to do them. Until next time, y'all take care, and I will give you my feedback on the next movie.